And we're live.
Hey, there it is.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving from beautiful, sunny Las Vegas. Yes, it's a beautiful, crisp, sunny day here, and it
Gobble,
just feels
gobble, gobble.
wonderful.
Hi,
Ooh,
Barb.
hi, Barb.
Happy Thanksgiving. Aw,
Aw,
that's so kind of you to say that. We
aw.
are all
We're
here.
well, we're good. We're so glad to see you, my dear.
Speaking of gobble, gobble,
Oh, no.
who's here with
Here
us?
it comes. Ah, gobble, gobble. What did I see? Somebody wrote something somewhere. They said, "Gobble till you wobble."
That's good. Well, I'm a little full right
Hi,
now.
Marion. Happy Thanksgiving. Good
Hello.
to see you. Wow, it's just we just wanted to come on today and just hang out with anybody who wanted to hang out with us and just kind of be together in mutual gratitude for all of our friendships. Hi, Travis.
Barb says hi, Rhodey.
It's just a good time for fellowship and being together, and you are all completely welcome. And also, since this will be posted, we wanted to welcome anyone who might be watching this on the replay,
Yeah.
maybe a little later today,
Yeah.
after their Thanksgiving dinner.
Oof.
And they're too full to do anything but watch YouTube.
You know, this was something we were talking about
Yes.
earlier,
Yes.
that our home was always the Thanksgiving home
It
for people
was.
to come to. When I was in school, when my brother, when other members of our family had friends who maybe their family was far away or they couldn't travel, they would always come stay with us and have turkey and have meals. I once had a friend of mine who was a filmmaker come have Thanksgiving with us, and then we edited his film in the days after while eating all the leftovers. So, I mean, this is something that's always been really special to us, to give people a place to come to.
It was very much so. So now we do it this way.
Yes.
Because things have changed very much. Part of the reason I think that also, and I think you'll agree, that our home was always the center for holidays was because we were so blessed and fortunate to have my mother.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was a widow at the time, of course, and she lived with us. She helped us raise our sons so Gary and I could work hard and start a business and do all the things we did. But with my mom there, of course, that was the focal point.
Yeah.
My mother would always cook the turkey, and then we would all help with mashed potatoes and gravy and all the goodies, all the wonderful things.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother was Pennsylvania Dutch.
Mm.
And one of the dishes that she would always make, and it sounds kind of strange maybe, but it was pork and sauerkraut.
Oh, so good.
Because it would be boiled, and believe me, it was delicious. It wasn't a strong flavor or anything too much, but it was very delicious. And that was always served because that was considered good luck.
Mm.
And on Thanksgiving, you would want to have good luck as you started into another phase and giving thanks and gratitude and so forth.
Yeah.
But anyway, our house was always that. And
I want to say hi.
Great.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Thank you for being here. And hi, Donna. Happy Turkey Day from San Diego. And Barb says that they ate turkey last night, and today they just had pumpkin pie made from scratch by her mother.
Gosh. Barb, your mom is beautiful.
Yes, Barb sent us a lovely photo of her and her mom with her Picker Road bag while they were at a market. And
please tell your mom that we think she's absolutely stunning.
Yes,
and
indeed.
She looks at least 20 years younger
Yes.
than her age, so
Yes.
she looks fantastic.
Mm.
But that's good, Barb, because that just makes you 20 years younger too. And you look gorgeous. What gift your mom gave? So much, Barb.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's gift of being the matriarch of the family was beyond the beyond. So, and she had wonderful stories about my grandparents, who I only knew my grandmother for a short time. I never knew my grandfather on her side.
I'm named for him.
Named for him, William.
He was an inventor.
He was a fabulous inventor.
Yeah.
He
A few years ago, I actually went into the U.S. Patent Archives, and I found the patents that he hand drew, which was kind of a precursor to my grandmother's ability to draw schematics.
absolutely.
He invented he invented the check endorsing machine.
He did.
Yeah.
Among many things. The bundt cake pan.
Barb says, "Oh, thank you. I will. She leaves next Sunday for a week-long bus trip."
Whoa.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Whoa, that sounds good.
We leave next week for a week-long planes, trains, and automobiles trip.
I think we're going to be on everything.
Everything.
Is there anything that we're not going to be on?
We are taking the plane.
Oh, well, I don't think we do a boat. Maybe.
It depends on if we decide to.
Yeah.
But
we got to cross the Rhine.
Right, exactly. We are taking let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk
about
about
that coming up. We are flying to Munich, Germany on Sunday, Monday. Then we are we
lose a day.
We lose a day in travel, but we are being driven down to Fusen area, which is where Neuschwanstein Castle. Now, I've heard people have been telling me Neuschwanstein or Neuschwanstein. We talked to a German lady while we were thrifting at Goodwill the other day, and she is from that area, and she says the proper pronunciation is Neuschwanstein. So it almost kind of rhymes.
Hi, Virginia. Good to see you, Virginia.
So we're gonna spend a day and a half there. We're staying overnight at this beautiful little resort at the base of the castle.
You'll see it.
We are going to meet up with Laura and Jesse, Laura Caldwell, and then we're all going to explore the castle.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Then we go to Munich to actually start the tour proper.
Then we all go back to Munich.
We're going to be doing Christmas markets, picking, thrifting, all that fun stuff across Munich, Salzburg, and Vienna.
I'm so excited.
Wow.
Especially about Salzburg and Vienna. Of course, I grew up on The Sound of Music.
Are we going to climb every mountain?
It will be very different because this is winter. And of course, Sound of Music has a very spring feel. They're running through green fields and green mountains, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to be the mountains. It's still going to be the town and the feeling, the streets. We're so excited.
Mm-hmm.
We really, really cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. And Laura and Jesse are just fabulous. We've been communicating and going back and forth on emails. They are the best.
Yeah,
they are
absolutely the
best.
And they travel a lot. They do a lot of
my goodness. They have
a lot of amazing tours.
They I think they have outdone us this year even. Speaking
of travel, today's mug is Navigator of the Seas, our cruise ship that we were on earlier this year.
Olé.
You know what? I have a feeling people may see this cruise ship again someday.
Yeah, maybe once or twice. Lots of plans for next year.
But we
pick a road.
Exactly. And it's maybe a different destination. We went to Mexico last time.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be different.
Maybe we'll see. We'll tell you about that later.
Yeah. Let's
tease. There's gotta be perks for people who come here on Thanksgiving.
It absolutely. It's so great to see you guys and to be together. You know, we may be miles apart, but we are connected definitely through Picker Road.
Indeed.
We're all on the same journey.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted that to happen. So
now, this trip.
I know, Barb. Barb's saying that Laura and Jesse just announced.
I know.
Croatia and Greece.
Yeah, wow.
So
now this trip is actually the furthest east we're ever going.
Is it now?
Previous to that, it would have been when we were in Eastern Italy or when we were in Switzerland last year.
Right.
But we have never.
Switzerland.
Switzerland is kind of at the base to the left of where we're going to be.
Right.
At one point, this is some interesting hand movements. At one point, we were about, I want to say, 90 minutes away from the border of Germany. So when we actually land in Munich, it'll be the furthest east we have ever traveled.
Wow.
And then we'll just keep going east because Austria is further east as well.
Oh, gosh. Austria. Vienna.
Mozart.
Yes. One of our good friends just got back from doing a river cruise.
She did one of the, was it Viking, I think?
Well, her husband is a travel agent,
Yeah.
and they get to all these perks,
Mhm.
and they get these tremendously discounted events, and they just did that. And she actually said, and she's very well traveled. She and lives in Santa Barbara.
Yes.
She actually said that Vienna is the most beautiful city she has ever seen. So, and they were there this time of year, so it takes in the winter
Mhm.
scapes, if you will. So
Now, the one thing they missed is they did not get to do the winter markets because they hadn't quite opened yet.
yes, they hadn't started yet.
Cannot wait
I
to see
know.
those.
And this is really exciting. The winter markets are going to be so fabulous. I mean, the food, we're going to film it all. Oh my gosh. I hope we don't eat it all. We have to get back on the plane, but we're probably going to do what
I may eat it all.
you will. Rhodey, you will. She doesn't have to worry about her figure though. She's a hedgehog. She's got a lot of fur to cover it up.
I got to tell you all. One of the episodes that's going to air while we're away, we were at the Goodwill that Rhodey came from, and I found a little hedgehog-sized suitcase. So Rhodey has a suitcase for the trip now.
Okay.
Barb, we are going to film every single second of it. So
Everything.
much of it.
And that picture was near Lancaster, because our family goes back on my mother's side to Center County in Pennsylvania, Bellefonte, and even smaller to the actual little town / estate that was our family's homestead called Wingate.
Mhm.
And it was quite amazing. Both the boys have been there. We're very glad. We're not even sure if it's still in the family, but it was a great trip many times. I went there growing up many times. So that's great.
Mhm.
And we are going to film everything there. So we're
Yes.
going to film the food. There's going to be a lot. And what Laura suggested, what we are definitely going to do is there's so much to try that we just buy one thing and each take a bite.
You can always buy a second one.
And then move on to the next thing. So
Mhm.
we're gonna try to attack it that way.
I'm trying to remember. Do we have warm woolen mittens and schnitzel with strudel?
I know we have whiskers on kittens. No, we don't have a cat.
But
I love ragdoll cats. I digress.
oh, you saw one the other day in Santa Barbara, and it was so precious.
No
Yeah.
cats.
Well, the thing about it is,
We travel too much.
We travel too much, but we also do our animal show, so we get to work with adoption agencies and shelters and everything. So we kind of get our fill of animal welfare by doing that, which is nice.
Absolutely.
Before the trip, though, long before the trip, tomorrow.
Yes.
Black Friday.
So, well, we had to do something for Black Friday to thank everybody. So we are doing.
Are people going to be lined up outside the door at 6 a.m.?
I hope not. We are doing a fabulous jewelry sale because we are going to do very, very, let's say, special pricing on a lot of pieces. And I have
doorbusters.
And I don't like that. And I have a really, really fun lineup of all brand new to you guys jewelry. I went into the silver stash.
Ooh.
And I have some really fun things coming up, and I've been holding some items that haven't been put on pickerroad.com yet.
Mhm.
So it's going to be a really good sale.
Yeah.
And
everything is going to ship same day because
we're
on a plane right afterwards.
Everything will be shipped out the same day.
Yes, indeed. You will have everything instantly. And you don't even have to. You don't have to get out of bed at 3 a.m. You don't have to put on your coat. You don't have to, grab some of the leftover turkey, eat it really quick, and then go stand outside of a shop for 5 hours until they open the door, and then somebody pushes you over, and you have to yell at them and all that. You don't have to do any of that.
I agree, Barb.
Unless you want to.
I do not like crowded stores.
Right.
We had to do that this last week because, of course, living in Santa Barbara and then here in Las Vegas, we don't have a lot of like snow gear and super cold gear. We did have some items from different various trips, but we had to get all new shoes. We went to Uggs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we went to the Uggs in the fashion fashion markets
Yep.
here in Vegas, and it's a beautiful store, and it felt like there was 10,000 people in there. Oh my goodness. It was so crowded. It was so crowded that they had a door person only letting in a few people at a time.
And it was an interesting thing too, because
And it wasn't really big sales because Uggs doesn't do a lot of sales.
no. But
a couple of things.
What was interesting is that was the first time I ever did that kind of shopping in what do we call this? I guess the FaceTime era, because I felt like I was the only person in that immediate area who was not on my phone video chatting with somebody and literally unaware of me being around them, because they would like push me aside to grab something while filming the person that they were talking to. Like, do you like this size? Do you like this size? How about this size? Excuse me, random person.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It was, but nobody was being unkind.
No.
It was just super crowded.
It was just
so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Every place we had to go to get various things for the trip, it was super crowded.
Yeah.
But it's Thanksgiving week, so you're going to expect that because everyone is outdoing themselves with specials, and it's Black Monday, Black Tuesday, Black Thursday. Forget about Black Friday. Everyone tries to get a jump on everybody else. But yes, but I wanted to do something special.
Yes.
So I'm doing a lot of what I like to call special pricing. And I think it would be a lot of fun.
Donna says, I can't wait for tomorrow. What time?
1
p.m. Pacific.
1 p.m.
4 p.m. Eastern.
We wanted to do it nice and early.
Nice and early.
So that, it would be early for all of our dear East Coasters. It'll be fun.
Indeed. Now.
Yes.
What else do we have coming up? Ooh.
What else?
Do we have Live-ishes?
We do.
Who remembers Live-ish? Wasn't Live-ish fun? So we did a Live-ish when we were in Mexico.
We did.
We are going to have two Live-ishes coming up.
We've been prepping for them. We've got some great new items.
Never before offered items. A mix of a few things you've seen before, but a lot of never before seen items.
And again, I did some special pricing. On some things in case somebody had their eye on something. The Live-ishes are going to be absolutely incredible. And then that other show we're doing.
Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, quite a while back, several weeks ago, we went and filmed at Goodwill. And what did they have, lo and behold, in their case that they just put out?
4 brand new, large mystery jewelry jars. And we thought, hey, we haven't done mystery jewelry jars in a really long time.
This was several weeks ago that we decided to do this.
So we bought all 4 of them, and they have been in a box just waiting. And we're going to open them on camera. We're going to film every bit of it live.
Haven't touched them.
Not live, but we're going to film it, and you're going to see it.
And you'll see it.
Whatever we find in there that we deem worthy of pickerroad.com, we'll go on pickerroad.com at the end of that video.
It's going to be so much fun. You're going to see it as we see it.
And we're going to time all of these items that they will drop when the videos drop.
Right.
So there's going to be this wonderful progression of content coming your way, even though that we're gone.
So what this basically means is you're going to have all Picker Road treasures available for your edification while we're in Europe picking Picker Road treasures for your edification.
The cycle.
It goes on.
In the circle.
I can't sing.
The circle of life.
You're so funny. You're so funny. What I started to say earlier, talk about picking treasures in Europe. When I started, that Laura surprised us with the fact that we didn't know about.
Yes.
Not only are we going to do the Christmas markets and be able to pick those fabulous things to bring back for you guys, but she's given us a list of antique stores and like German thrift stores.
Yeah. We're going. We cannot wait.
We are so going. My only thought is, how many suitcases can we buy? We have to.
Not just twice in 1 week, Barb. We're doing our standard episode drops. You're going to have episodes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. all the while that we're filming.
Yeah, there will be no dark days.
No dark days.
That's why we always make sure you guys always have it covered. We never want to disappoint anybody. We always want to keep us going.
Absolutely.
I just want to stop and say something, Marion. Marion, I hope your mom is feeling better.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
I hope she is feeling better, and maybe just some rest and what, TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that will do it.
Do you know, we started this up right away, and I forgot.
Happy Thanksgiving from North Carolina.
I have production value. I didn't even think to do it.
Yes. What? Oh, there we are.
Or,
of course.
How about
Happy Thanksgiving, gobble.
You know, this
gobble till you wobble.
Like we said, this was meant to be an Ask Us Anything. So if there is anything that you would like to ask us, anything you'd like to talk about, anything that you saw in a previous episode that you'd like to discuss further, feel free to put it there in the chat, and we will absolutely talk about it.
Absolutely. Any questions? This is casual hangout day.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, this is so much fun. You know, I'll tell you, when we first started this channel up, I didn't know exactly how it was going to progress. And then when we started doing these lives, it became one of my favorite parts of it, because we get to spend time, you know, just a little bit of time each week with people all over the world, and that is so much fun.
Well, that was my dream.
Yeah.
When we started the channel, that's what my vision was, is for this to be, as I've said many times, but I can't help it because it's true. It's to be a journey together.
Yes, indeed.
You know, we couldn't be on the journey without you.
Hi, Chad.
Hey, Chad.
And Amy. Happy Thanksgiving to you both.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Mm-hmm. Chad, you found that amazing White Star Line postcard. Did you see the one that I got in Santa Barbara last week? Added it to my collection. It's from the first steamship that ever crossed the Atlantic. That was a fun one.
And wait, what was the name of it?
It is the Savannah, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not talking about like the Olympic.
No. We're talking 40, 50 years prior to the Olympic.
Prior to those, okay.
Yeah.
Barb has a question.
Yes.
What is our favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
I gotta say, I'm Irish. Mashed potatoes, because we don't get it very often, because we try to avoid the carbs.
There's a reason why, though, because she makes amazing mashed potatoes.
I learned it from Mom.
Yeah,
it's very basic. It's very simple. Just have to start with good ingredients.
Yes, indeed. So I used to say turkey, but I'll tell you something. During that time of lockdown, when we were all kind of stuck at home for a while, I learned to bake.
Oh, he did.
And now my favorite thing is to make pumpkin and apple pie completely, and I mean completely, from scratch.
Unfortunately, we couldn't do it this year
because of the trip. But in the past years, I went out and got the big pumpkin, and I sliced I roasted the pieces, and I mashed them.
I don't think I ever did that.
I mashed it by hand. I put in all the ingredients. I did everything. It was so much fun. It was just so much fun to do it. It took me an entire day to make like 3 pies, but it was just worth it. I had some Star Trek playing on the TV, and it was just a lot of fun to spend the day doing that.
It was fun because you didn't have to do it.
Right.
It was new to you and fun. So we have to make time at some point. This year, obviously, everything with the trip and everything just was too much, but maybe next year.
Yeah.
Or you know what? You don't have to wait for a holiday.
Of course not.
You could just, make a pie at any time.
Mm-hmm. Hint, 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 hint. You can make a pie anytime. Do you know there was a time, what was it? I don't know. You had said to me, I just wish there was some cake here right now or something. And
That sounds like something I would say.
Right? This was earlier this year. She like said, I wish there was cake here right now. And I opened my closet and I looked at all the ingredients, and I knew I didn't quite have everything that I needed, but I went online, I went onto Google, and I typed in, there's a website where you can type in all the ingredients that you have available, and it'll tell you what you can make off of that. And there was a recipe on there called, and I'm not kidding, this is what it's called. It's called emergency cake. So I made a cake that was kind of a way of making cake using just those ingredients. And like an hour later, she had cake in her hand, and she went, "How? How?"
Yeah. Well, you have something that I never had quite readily available when I was your age, and that's the ability to go on Google and let it tell you how to make it out of whatever you have.
Yes.
I mean, I knew you had to have the basics. Judy has a question from
Yes.
Kuna, Idaho. Welcome, Judy. What other thrift or antique store would you recommend first in Las Vegas other than ours?
Okay.
Okay. Well, there's several.
Mhm.
I think one of the nice ones is called Charleston Antique Mall.
Yes, indeed.
It's huge. It might even be larger than Antique Alley.
I think
I'm
it
not
is because
sure.
it goes way back.
It goes way, way back, but we've had a lot of fun there.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, we don't get there very often, but they are great. And then there's another one that's kind of a little bit smaller, a little bit more off the beaten path, called Paradise Valley Antique Mall.
Yeah.
And Paradise Valley, there we get some incredible deals there.
Yeah.
We really do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really it's a fun place, and the staff there is always so accommodating,
Mm-hmm.
and they always let us film and whatever. So I would recommend for antique malls those two. But always, of course, Antique Alley first.
Antique Alley.
The thing about Antique Alley, too, though, is just such a cool area.
It is.
You can go across the street to this place called Esther's Kitchen, which is voted, I think, one of the best restaurants in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And the food is amazing.
Of course, that's where we had lunch with Mark Hall Patton after we filmed our episode there.
Right. It's very much farm to table, very fresh ingredients, innovative recipes, very much so.
So
but
Chad is asking, what's our favorite Thanksgiving movie? And it is the same as yours.
Absolutely.
Hands down, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh my goodness. That is just, it's fantastic.
It's such a great movie.
That movie. It takes you on a ride from laughing hysterically to that end scene where, you know,
spoiler alert.
Right.
If you haven't seen it yet,
just love it.
You know, I saw a really funny thing the other day.
Yes.
I'm assuming a lot of people here have seen Wicked already. It's the #1 movie in the world. I saw a really funny meme. Somebody had posted, to those out there asking that we don't post spoilers about Wicked, please try to remember that it's a 21-year-old musical based on a 29-year-old book, based on an 85-year-old movie, based on a 125-year-old book.
There you go.
If you don't know how The Wizard of Oz ends at this point, then what are you doing?
I found, well, so first of all, Wicked is actually 2 parts.
Yeah, it's just
and this
part
was
one.
only part 1.
Yeah.
So, and they're not going to release part 2 till about this time next year, is what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Which everybody wants to see it right away, but I'm sure they're in post. They filmed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
They filmed 1 and 2 at the same time, but they of course have then all that post production, which for a film like that, it's huge.
You're adding in so many different aspects too.
Much.
You've got not just the fact that it's all CGI, but then it's a musical as well. So there's just all this incredible work that has to go into a project like that.
Well, Cynthia Erivo did all her own stunts.
Yes.
I actually watched a little making of deal on it and how they harnessed her up.
Right.
And oh my goodness, she does everything herself.
And I have got to tell you, she is such a lovely person to talk to, like in person.
She's lovely.
We've met her twice. She came to a screening that I was the photographer for the movie Harriet, and I had the lovely opportunity to photograph her afterwards. She was so sweet.
She's a very sweet person.
And then
I interviewed her on the red carpet.
You interviewed her a few months later for Harriet. And just both times she was such a pleasure.
She's a lovely, lovely lady.
Yeah, she deserves this
voice.
She really deserves the success that she's getting right now.
Oh my goodness, what a voice! And
we just found out that next year she's going to be on the red carpet with one Ariana Grande.
Absolutely. So for the what's called the Virtuoso, the Santa Barbara International Film Festival is 12 nights, and each night they have a different tribute, and there are different names to it. One is called the Virtuoso Awards, where the film festival and their people choose
breakthrough performances
from fabulous performers. They don't have to all be young, but most of them tend to be a little bit on the younger side. And Ariana Grande is getting it for Wicked, one award, and also Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez is
So
coming
do
too.
you
Yeah.
think that's going to be a wild night
It's
on
gonna
the red
be
carpet?
it's gonna be a crazy night.
I'll never forget one of the nights a couple of years ago. I was with Ryan Gosling,
Mm-hmm.
and the girls were screaming so loud that we couldn't even hear each other.
He looked at her. He looked at her and he went, "Sorry."
And he was saying sorry to me. We were just laughing and cracking up because they screamed so loud.
So let's see. I'm trying to see what we're saying here. It's a Wonderful Life, of course.
Of
Time
course,
is coming
I
up.
know. Okay, so it's going to be Love Actually. It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Vacation,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can add other
Christmas
things.
Story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I mean, there's so many of them.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But absolutely, it's a one. It wouldn't be Christmas without it.
Now, you've seen Red One. I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, there's a new film out called Red One, and it's funny. It's good. They released it a little bit early for Christmas, I think. So I think people have to discover it.
Right.
But we were able to see that in Salt Lake City.
Yes.
Dad and Gary and I went to see it. Well, boys.
David and I were at the
game.
hockey game that you all saw on the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Virginia, I've never seen it, so I have to say, yeah. Well, the
thing, Elf, of course. Carol.
We're gonna be with Will Ferrell in 2 weeks.
Yeah. But that's the thing. There's so many of them at this point. You could watch 2 or 3 Christmas movies every single day, like
and still,
yeah, all the different versions of Christmas Carol and Scrooge and all of that.
I don't know which is my favorite of the Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
I remember I used to like the George C. Scott one a lot.
Right.
What's the most recent one? I can't even think.
I mean, there's so many of them. Probably the Jim Carrey animated one would be the most recent big one. For me, I mean, I'm a Star Trek fan, so Patrick Stewart, great one in my opinion. It was actually one of the first DVDs that I ever bought when DVDs first became a thing.
Yeah, Carol, they're saying that they're not going to release part 2 till next year. I know.
Right.
So we'll all have to watch part 1 many times.
Indeed. And then, of course, next year there'll be double features.
I know.
You do a double feature of them.
And Virginia watches It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve.
That's a great way to do it.
Perfect.
Well, Merry Christmas, you old building and loan.
I knew I was going to start it off.
Clarence, I want to live again. Well, you're just a warped, frustrated old man, Mr. Potter.
We know that one.
Mary. I'm married.
Are you finished?
Maybe.
Oh my goodness. I have to go with George C. Scott. I know, nice. Barb, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
The really old ones that are in black and white.
Yeah, some of the early ones.
It's interesting because the special effects when they bring in, especially like the Ghost of Christmas Past and all those, they're kind of so ethereal.
Okay. Chad is asking, how did it feel to find the Kate Spade purse?
That it is a huge find, and I was totally shocked. I just saw it and I thought it was cute. I like tiki bar theme things. I know it's extremely popular, so I'll always look at something tiki bar-ish, as they say. So I picked it up, and it felt quality right away. It was heavy. The chain was heavy, felt well made. And the minute I saw that it was Kate Spade, I knew it was something. I opened it up and they were asking $50, and they had one of those electronic anti-theft devices in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that they valued it. And right away, William looked it up and our jaws dropped. The comps were up to 2,000, to 1,500, 19, all there. It was there. And it also has to do with condition. I think they had some lower condition ones that weren't as nice for maybe 500 to 600.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the ones that were comparable in condition to the one I had would have, which is basically brand new. It looks like it's never been used.
Yeah.
We're going for around 2,000.
And it's interesting because we love that thrift store. We go there every time we're in Santa Barbara, and they've got a really funny like modus operandi, the way that they handle their pricing. They will literally do that kind of thing where they're like, oh, it's Kate Spade, put $50 on it. That China set over there, that's $1,000.
Exactly. And the China set sells for $200.
Mm-hmm.
So they're very whoever's doing their overall pricing could fine could fine tune it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I paid the $50 gladly.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it is there. I put it for $4.95.
I believe so, yes.
Because I wanted it to be, if someone wants it,
they
want to splurge.
Yeah, we're not out there to do high retail on these
No,
things. We want our viewers to be able to pick things up.
Right. And even at that, it's still a kind of a good deal compared to what you can get. It just depends on what you care about. If that purse could be a real splurge, then that's kind of a good deal. And we did all the legwork.
Indeed.
That was one of the top finds of the year, probably.
Oh, probably.
In dollar amount.
Yeah.
I have had so many favorites this year. We're going to do a year wrap-up show.
Yes.
Where we're going to be featuring a lot of items that we've found. I'd have to... Some of my favorite finds too were I love the Ken Edwards from Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
I got myself a bird vase.
Oh, and I'll have a fun update on one of my big finds.
Yeah, which one?
I
know what you're going to say.
If everything goes according to plan,
I know what you're going to say.
Then tomorrow after our live, I am delivering those 4 rock and roll posters.
So you got the
Beatles, Cream, Steppenwolf, and the Doors. Now you all saw that we had a wonderful rock and roll memorabilia appraiser who's appeared on Pawn Stars many times.
And he appears on our show now.
And he appraised them. I paid $5 a piece for them, and he appraised them at $500 plus a piece. So I am consigning those to a rock and roll history auction. And
that's exciting.
I'm really excited. If all goes according to plan, then I'm going to deliver them tomorrow. Since we're going to be flying out, we want to get that all taken care of. But we are. I'm really thrilled to see where they go. No matter what happens, it's going to be a nice profit, I think, and they exist. And the fact that they are still there after all these years, the whole idea of those, they are called boxer posters because just like the old boxing ads ones, you were supposed to just kind of nail them to a lamp post or to a telephone pole, and then rip it off and throw it out. So they've got kind of the little marks on the tops and bottoms, but they're not ripped. They're not ripped. Some of them have like pinholes on the corners,
which is to be expected,
and some of them have tape markings on the back. But the thickness of the paper is just right, and the printing marks on the bottom line, it's the exact same printing studio that's been printing concert and event posters since, get this, the 1870s. They're based in Indiana, and they used to do like presidential election posters in the 19th century, and then when concerts started becoming a thing, they did concerts. They did all the great icons of rock and roll, and they still do it up to this day.
What a piece of history!
Yeah.
It's so, and if you're a music aficionado, or you just love that band,
right?
You love the Doors or whatever.
And it's not just the Doors too. It's the Doors at Hollywood Bowl.
But it's also the Beatles.
The Beatles. I can't believe you found that. I think like Joe Cocker is opening for one of them in there. I mean, there's incredible names. The Who is in there.
All you have to say is this. Jimmy, who is one of the biggest rock and roll memorabilia sellers, dealers,
he owned. If you saw him on Pawn Stars, he has now sold it at auction, but he owned the contract that the Beatles signed with Brian Epstein. That's the contract that made them the stars that they were.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And isn't that the one where I think Ringo's parents had to
sign
because he was underage?
Ringo and George's parents both had to sign because they were both under 18.
And it's common knowledge. So I think it's okay if we say that he sold it for over $750,000.
Yes.
So Jimmy, who appraised these posters, is the top of his field.
Yeah.
And he's taking them for his auction.
Yes.
So that tells you what a good find you got.
Yes. Very excited.
And
about
the other good thing kind of along that genre is, of course, the guitar.
Yes.
You haven't even begun to deal with.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. Who here saw that guitar that I picked up a few weeks ago when we were doing garage sales here in Vegas? You showed it at the end of the episode, and I said that I believe it's worth about $1,500. I was wrong.
Yeah. He was wrong.
It is a unbelievably popular custom guitar maker who's based out of Florida. He only produces a few guitars a year
A
because
year.
he spends so much time working on these. I am going to continue doing some work on this and
Not
everything.
work, research.
But I believe it might be a $4,000 guitar.
And what did you pay? $30?
I believe I paid
And
$30 for
he
it.
didn't know. He didn't know. He'd opened it, looked quickly, and just asked. He didn't even know. We didn't look it up at the time. We didn't do anything. He figured. I'm speaking for you. You figured $30.
Oh, $30. I thought at the very least
I would put it in
Antique Alley for a couple of hundred because it's a beautiful guitar, and I've sold a couple of guitars in there already.
The case alone is
the case alone. Yeah, it's a hard case. You could put that on an airplane.
Lined in like fur.
Everything about it was fantastic. So it was one of those cases. All right, Ashley has a great question.
Yes.
Why did we move from Santa Barbara to Las Vegas?
Well, it was hard because Santa Barbara has been home for many years. We raised our family there. We began our business there, but our family was the most important thing. And David, our oldest son, Will's older brother, moved here. He wanted to be able to buy a condo and do things like that. And it's prohibitive in Southern California. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Trust me, it's crazy, real estate. So he moved here and we wanted to keep our family together. And William really wanted to be able to do things with his brother. We wanted to be together as a family.
We were planning on getting our season tickets to the Golden Knights because we both really enjoy that.
It was more important than anything.
It was just important to be together. Plus,
but Las Vegas wasn't a strange place.
No.
My mother used to love to come. She wasn't a big gambler. She would love to sit at a penny machine, and bet 25 cents for a couple of hours. But she always liked it. It was always a close vacation because we never had a lot of time when the boys were growing up. There was always so much going on with our business and school and soccer and plays and madrigals. But we came here a lot. So we were very, very familiar. Well, when I say a lot, I mean, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. And it was a place that we really loved. We love it in the northwest part of Las Vegas, near the Red Rocks. It's where we live.
Red Rocks Valley is one of my favorite places to photograph.
It's just gorgeous.
The light out there and the mountains,
and it looks very much like Southern California.
The actual Red Rocks are stunning. This is beautiful to photograph. But also,
that's why we came here.
A lot of our work, as you've seen on the channel, a lot of our work involves travel. And I'll tell you, LAX is not a lot of fun, but the airport here, Harry Reid, is such an easy airport to navigate, and they've got almost everywhere in the world you can get direct flights out of it. So
absolutely,
there's a lot of aspects, a lot of reasons why, and also the proximity of Las Vegas allowed it so that we could go back to Santa Barbara whenever we wanted to. So just like how we were there last week, and we'll be there in 2 weeks' time, and we'll be there 6 weeks after that. There's we have to
for work and filming Picker Road, and just that is very much part of our life, but we love Las Vegas and we're familiar with it.
Barb, I don't think I could not imagine. You're reading it out loud.
You are not.
Barb, I could not imagine somebody comparing you to the Grinch ever. Never. Well,
it's the truth though. We are a very close family. We're a rather small family. We just have the 2 boys. And what is life if we can't be together? Well, do not get that hedgehog in on this. Oh, okay. And a girl.
We're married.
Oh, no. We've done that one already. But anyway, that's why.
I gotta learn ventriloquism, right?
And it's great because we have dinner together many times a week.
Here's my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna learn ventriloquism, and then one day we're gonna be here, and she's gonna be looking at the hedgehog, and it's just gonna be like, "Hi," and my mouth's not gonna move. It's gonna
Yes, Ashley, you are correct. If you're talking about Southern California. Oh, Carol remembers the guitar.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, you'll see more of it. I'm going to make sure that wherever
Virginia remembers,
wherever it winds up, we will document that for the channel. One of the reasons why I haven't worked on it is because we've had this kind of insane schedule leading up to the trip. what you all haven't seen yet, and as we've discussed, is
Yes.
you know
What are you talking about?
we are soon to be in new digs for our live shows.
You
We
guys.
kind of teased this out to you a few weeks ago. We have a new office and we've got a new set and all of that. Everything is pretty much ready to go. We're
Except for
ready to go.
the internet cable.
They have to do a brand new wiring for the building so that we can have fiber internet that'll be high speed, quantum quality, all that crazy stuff. So they've been working on that, and they have told us, fingers crossed, that everything will be ready by the time we get back. So we're hoping that December we'll get to premiere the new office. But we've been moving into that and building the set and doing all that and getting ready for this trip and filming shows and all that fun stuff. So that's why I have not focused on the guitar yet.
We love our new office, though.
It's so nice.
It's beautiful. It's great. It's just this internet thing.
Yep.
I'm not going to go into boring details, but it's the city has to do something outside in the street down a manhole to get it ready for the cable company come in, do their thing, and they're trying to work together. Does that sound like a bureaucratic mischief mess? It is. We're all ready. We're all waiting on them. Yep. So as soon as they get their act together, as they say, then we'll be able to do it and move forward.
Yes.
So we're excited about that.
And then once we're in the set, we're going to have all sorts of fun things coming up.
We're hoping to be able to have guests on and all sorts of things. It's going to be great.
So much fun.
It's going to be fun. It really is. But you'll still be just us and all these fabulous finds.
Exactly. Yep. All right. Who else has a question? Throw it up there in the chat. Let us know. We're so happy that we got to spend Thanksgiving with such wonderful friends that we've met along the way. Even if we've only met you online, we hope to meet you in person.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So Barb says, my mom was obsessed with the Lennox and commented how well it was packed.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about her for a second.
No, don't.
She works, both of them. Both of my parents work so hard on shipping these items. Kind of our protocol is, well, they're doing all the shipping, which is a lot of work. I'm the one who's, clacking away on the laptop, getting the shows edited. So they make sure that
distribution of work,
everything is packed so carefully and so delicately, and especially to honor the purchases that you guys are making.
Right. Well, it's important. We use all brand new boxes, unless it's some sort of weird thing, and I have to try to find a box. But we use new boxes that are rated the highest you can rate. We did our research, and all of our shipping supplies even are the finest quality. So it's just important to us. The Picker Road brand, we want everyone to feel is worthy of you.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But seeing those comments and hearing people say
so much,
how well things are packed, it means a lot to them.
And I'm really glad she liked the Lennox. There's some beautiful pieces.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she likes it.
A well-oiled machine.
Sometimes we need a little extra oil, Barb.
Hold on, my Tin Man. Oil.
We were just talking about the Tin Man on something. I can't remember what you were talking about.
Well, we've been talking about Wizard of Oz a lot lately because of Wicked.
Well, everyone's talking about Wicked.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, all I see is green and pink.
We stopped in at Antique Alley yesterday to put some new items into the boutique before this weekend.
Yes.
And I could hear people walking around singing the songs. Well, Wicked.
That's the thing, though.
I mean,
the songs kind of really need to be sung by Cynthia and Ariana,
right?
But that's fun.
Wait, hold on.
Oh
no, that's not happening. Do all four of you live together?
No. We do not. We're very, very fortunate with the way we set it up that we have 3 condos right next to each other, basically.
So in a way, yes, in a way, no.
So yes and no.
We're neighbors.
So everybody has their own space and privacy, since everybody is an adult. And well, Gary and I live together. Do you count that?
Wait. You said so everyone. This was my favorite one. She said because we're all adults, and then you said, but Gary. I thought you were going to say it's not an adult.
No, but I'm going to say Gary and I live together.
Yes.
He's shaking his head.
He's doing.
Hey, this is funny. Is this mic on? This is funny stuff.
He's in his man cave. She's in her she shed.
So it's really, really nice because we have family dinners, usually at our condo, and we watch Jeopardy or movies and just hang out together. And then everybody can say goodnight and go to their own space.
Indeed. Now, Carol said, your packing is incredible. Sometimes UPS will throw it over my... We hear that a lot from people. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
We do hear that.
I'm so happy to hear it all makes it safe.
I'm so glad, Carol. We have heard that from many, many people.
Oh, well, even in my case, I've got a patio wall out here, and sometimes they will throw something over it, and you get like the picture from Amazon saying where it's been delivered, and I'll see that it's like
laying on its side
5 feet away from where it should have been dropped off.
I just don't understand that, because if that was my job, I would think that aside from just mundane, usual items, maybe somebody is really waiting for something really special.
Yeah.
And if you do that, it could ruin somebody's whole day or something.
Yeah.
I just don't get. They shouldn't be in that business if they just don't care.
Right.
It's just not right.
And Marion says, I enjoy the shoe bracelet.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Happy to hear that.
That bracelet was fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything like it.
Yeah.
That was the only one I've ever seen like it. That was a fabulous one.
Hi, Maxine.
I'm so glad you like it.
Happy Thanksgiving. Aww. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Maxine. Good to see you.
Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for the Black Friday show.
Barb, it is a great arrangement because we're, coming from a big house and everybody being together, although David had already moved out. It's so nice because now that was when they were kids and we had that whole situation. Now this is the adult version of our lives.
Well, and it was
new chapter.
It was a mutual thing too, because we had these, and David was living a mile away, and he wasn't quite happy with where he was. And then when he saw this complex, he fell in love with it. He moved
right next door.
One came on the market, and he grabbed it. He picked it right up.
It was great.
He said it couldn't have been better for that to happen.
It was fun to downsize too.
Yes.
It was a really fun thing. Of course, now we have a storage unit.
Right.
But it was fun to downsize and have a different footprint, as they say, because we're traveling so much.
Yes.
After all, it is Picker Road.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it is good, Barb, and we're really, really happy with it. We had our share of new roofs and new fences and gardeners, and now it's really nice to just have a little more freedom. As I say, I'm going to tell you how much I love the gym show. Oh, so glad, Carol. When I found that in Utah, I knew how special that was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful set.
Yeah.
And again, I hadn't seen that before.
Never. Well,
I know it probably existed,
it's a
but
rare,
I'd never seen it in person.
It's a rare one. And I believe it had a lower production run than others, because when I was doing my research on it, that was the 2004 or 5 one.
I don't remember.
Whichever year it was, Carol. I'm sure you have it written on there. The year before, it was like huge numbers of it made, and the year after, huge numbers of it made. This one was the rare one. Is very hard to find.
Yeah.
It was really a fantastic one, and we were laughing about how when items travel, when items join the journey, they go on the journey too. Because you think about that, it lived in Utah. Then it lived in Las Vegas for a week, and now it lives somewhere else forever. I mean, isn't that wonderful?
Yes, it's great.
We had an item. It's funny. We were picking in Santa Barbara on one of our turnarounds. We were only there for a few days, and then we were back here to Vegas. And I bought something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I bought something in Santa Barbara. We took it back here, and it was like the next day that the episode premiered. So we listed and had it overnight. It was up. It spent like 48 hours in Vegas, and it was sold to somebody in Santa Barbara. So it flew right back to Santa Barbara and went back home to Santa Barbara. So it was like, I want to say it was like a duck or a goose. It was an animal of some kind, because I laughed and I said, this goose had a weekend in Vegas.
That's funny. Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Arizona.
Exactly. I didn't want to say your address unless you wanted to, but yes.
Yes.
It's just
it kind of stayed in a triangle.
We need to get passports for our items.
Yeah, it's funny. It's great. I love sending things home.
Yeah.
I mean, I have had so many examples of that. I'll never forget an exquisite, this has got to be 12 years ago now, back when the Goodwill in Santa Barbara, we very seldom do the Goodwill in Santa Barbara because we have to, see if it has good things. It used
It's
to
small.
always
It's
have good
and it's
things.
very small compared for a town of Santa Barbara size. It's really small.
It's crazy. It's small. I think that particular Goodwill posts most of their items online.
Yeah.
But back 12 years ago or so, well, when I was picking in there a lot, I purchased this absolutely exquisite koi fish painting by a Hawaiian artist. And it was just absolutely beautiful. I can't even, it was so beautiful. And I at that time, my selling outlet was primarily eBay, and I sold it on eBay for a very nice profit. And it went back to a home/gallery in Hawaii. So I sent it home.
Yeah.
It was in a pile with a bunch of junk. And I pulled it out.
Diamond in the rough.
And this Goodwill, I took one look at it. I knew it was good. One thing I kind of do pride myself on is knowing instinctively a good piece of art.
Yes.
I'm not always right, but I kind of feel like I have a feel for it. But anyway, it went home to Hawaii, and I love that. Another time, I found in an estate warehouse estate sale. It was cavernous. I found a pair of the most beautiful turn of the century shoes. They were just so beautiful. They almost looked like Dorothy's ruby slippers. They weren't sparkly, but they were like red satin with a lot of decoration on them. They were beautiful. I sold them online. What it turned out is they were made in Russia, and they went back to Leningrad to a Russian shoe museum.
St. Petersburg now. But
St. Petersburg.
It said made in Leningrad on them.
To a Russian shoe museum.
Yes.
And that went home. I mean, I could list 100 examples of these things that I have found and send them home. And I love that. So even just finding that Jim Shore nativity in Utah, now it's found its forever home. And I like that about Second Market. These items are beautiful. They still have a life. And I think it's so much better than going out and buying from box stores. That has its place, of course.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah.
Everything has its place.
Yeah.
And I never want to disparage any stores. But I love the idea of being able to find these items, especially vintage and high quality items, and send them home.
Well, in so many cases too, you think about something as simple as a whisk or a spoon or a kitchen utensil. The ones you buy today maybe last you 2 or 3 years, and then the rubber starts peeling off or something. You buy a really nice piece of 1950s, I'm not talking about something that's been well used, but if it's a, great condition, you buy a piece from the 50s, it'll last forever.
Well, and also, if that is your jam,
right? If
you've got yourself a mid-century home.
Have you sold that beautiful Mexican pottery you found thrifting?
Which one?
I mean, which one? We've had some incredible.
There's so much.
Yeah.
Diane, which one?
You mean the big Goodwill haul, probably. I think a lot of that has sold at this point. We do have some pieces left from it.
That's the Native American pottery, and
then the Mexican pottery we got in Mexico.
We got Mexico,
and we got some Ken Edwards just last week.
Yeah,
I mean,
so let me know which one you mean. I can tell you.
Yeah,
I would say that particular Goodwill shopping trip was my favorite of the year.
Best one ever.
I love Native American pottery.
Yeah.
And and those pieces are so spectacular. There's only a few of the really large ones left, and they are fabulous.
The big haul, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The artists, my God, they are so great.
And what was really special about that too is it's kind of the, what we were talking about how great pickers are and how great we try to treat each other. When we were at that sale, we had found one piece from that collection that had come out early, and we're looking at it going, wow, this is really amazing. And this lady came over to us and she said, there's a ton more of that coming out right now over there. And we ran over, and that's how we were able to get the entire haul. And she was visiting from Boston, and she was just kind of touring all the Goodwills in Vegas. And she had a piece and we had the matching piece to it in our cart. And she was so kind to tell us about that. We just handed that piece right over to her, and she was so happy. She gave you a big high five.
Of course.
That's the way that it should be, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's just it's so much fun.
Yeah.
That was a really good day.
Yeah. There's so, if you guys ever just want to explore, you can just go through pickaroad.com. We try to continually remove a lot of the sold items so that it reduces the footprint on pickaroad.com. But there's so many great things in there to peruse. Every time I peruse it, I look and I say, hey, yeah, that piece is still here. I love that.
Yep.
That's a lot of fun. I love going through it. I love curating the collection for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We have learned that we have to every once in a while we have to put up some, fun, smaller pieces, because those have a place too.
Right.
People sometimes want the smaller gifts and just something more contemporary, more fun. So we really try to do the whole range.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to talk about selling though. Today's about
This
Thanksgiving.
is not a sales day.
This is a gratitude day.
Yes.
And we are grateful for all of you. Believe me, it's been so much fun to make these friendships and learn from you guys. My goodness, it's broadened our horizons.
It really has,
as my mother would say.
And looking forward to so much travel in the future. And as you know, we post all of our details. So if you ever hear that we're coming to your city, you just send us an email, pickaroadlv@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
And you let us know, hey, I'm in Missoula, Montana. I'm in Chicago, Illinois. I'm in Pennsylvania, and then we will just let you know our dates, and we'll come and visit you.
Thank you, Maxine. That means the world to me. It really does. It really means everything to me, because, it's a lot of work. It's a huge commitment, and we love every minute of it.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it. It's our heart's desire. It really is to do this, so it's so much fun. I think I can speak for Gary too. He loves it too.
And
Rhodey loves it too. She's just a pilgrim today, isn't she?
I hand colored the little gold buckle on there.
You're so silly. You're so silly.
Well, it's been about an hour.
Yes. And you guys probably want to get back to either first dinner or leftovers or the best pie.
Ooh. We cannot thank you enough for being here.
Thank you guys so much.
If you are physically alone today, we want you to know that you're never alone. You are not alone.
Never. The world is a smaller place because of the internet.
Yes.
And it's even smaller because of Picker Road.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the journey with us. Thank you so much, Marion. We enjoy having you. Believe me, it's just a special treat to hang out with you guys every week. Buckle your seatbelts. There's going to be a lot coming. We're going to be filming like crazy all over Germany, all over Austria.
We'll see you tomorrow, Barb. Again, I put the info right here.
Right. We'll see everyone tomorrow.
We are doing fabulous Black Friday jewelry sale, 1 p.m. tomorrow, Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern. And just want to reiterate it again. Everything will ship before we leave.
Oh, yeah. We're shipping it immediately.
So you will get your items right away.
Absolutely.
And anything that you purchase while we're gone, we're going to ship the day that we get back, too. Yeah. So that'll go out right lickety-split as well. You know how we're on it. Yes.
We got you covered. Well, we just want to thank you guys for hanging out with us and we really feel honored that you took even a moment out of your Thanksgiving day to hang with us. It's family. It really is. With Restream.
Oh, yeah. We get a notification when we hit 100 messages on Restream. Thank you all so much. Hey, somebody wants to say Happy Thanksgiving.
I can't get on camera and I don't have a microphone, but I'm just saying Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Aw. Well, it's time to go get dinner, huh, Carol? Enjoy. Thank you to everybody. Love you guys, and our hearts are filled with gratitude today.
Truly.
And we want you to know it from the bottom of our hearts. And It's just going to be a really special new year. So much coming your way. Our friendships and our gang is just going to grow.
Yes, indeed.
The road will be full. Thank you guys so much. We love you, and we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank
Gobble,
you
gobble.
guys.